wanted to do it. But I think the jokes in it are something that I thought, oh, we should take those out because it's just trying to make it funny. And then you talk to the real guys who obviously wrote the book, and we based everything on what they said. And they said, no, that's how we talk to each other in moments of extreme stress.
I really enjoyed watching it because I actually went out to Afghanistan about 3 years ago. We did this radio show out in Afghanistan. And one of the things for me that I found so difficult was getting the tone right of a show.
Yes.
So I imagine that was quite difficult for you to get the tone of things, and when you realise that it's not all like, oh, are you okay out here, soldiers in the war?
Right.
It's a really difficult tone when you realise they're all...
Certainly don't take that tone. They probably did not dig that.
No, yeah. I didn't take that tone.
Okay, that's not how they like being So, sorry, Greg, this is your last show.
But it was surprising that in those moments, utter horror, the thing that unites a lot of people is just a quick... quick gag.
Yeah, the truth is, all kidding aside, it's the reason why we all did the movie. Not only did we want to acknowledge these 6 men and what they went through, but also acknowledge every man and woman who puts their lives on the line for us every single day, not only in our country, your country, all countries all over the world. Everyone asked me what was the hardest part about the movie, getting in shape or the action scenes, and it was certainly the responsibility weighing on us of having these guys' stories told the right way.
You mentioned the action sequences, which there are plenty, and it's impressive. And you mentioned about your getting in shape for this film. How bored are you about talking about your pecs and your
pecs
your
in particular need more talk? No, it's one of those things that I never thought I'd be the guy to ever look like that. I think there's part of me who wonders who that stranger is with his shirt off and why isn't he putting his shirt back on. It was an incredibly cool experience for me. It was really hard, and it was really difficult to get there as far as how much work you have to put in. But once you get there, maintaining it's kind of great. I hate to say it. I'm one of those guys who I'm like, I keep working out. You're
still there. You're a gym bunny.
I do, yeah. I don't know about a gym bunny. That sounds like something pretty weird, and you just put that up. I'll never call myself a gym bunny again.
Well, we should call you. I mean, really should call you a Jim Halpert.
Oh, that's good. Nice tie-in.
Yeah.
Segue to?
No segue.
Oh,
there actually wasn't.
Okay.
No, I literally thought of that then.
But you did call me a gym bunny before that. I'll never forgive you for that.
I'm very, very sorry. Okay, do you know what? Because this is a radio station, we're going to play a song now.
What?
Yeah, we're going to play a song and we're going to chat some more next.
Okay, great.
Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Do you like song?
I love songs.
You're going to love this one.
me feel better. So let's stay together. To make me feel better. So stay together. To make me feel better. So let's stay together. To make me feel better. So let's stay together. To make me feel better.
What a great guy John Krasinski is, says Lucy. Cheering up my boring commute home, Gregory. No, nice man ever. Was he the best man ever, says Caitlin Campbell. One of, absolutely. And I can't express to you how surprised I was when he actually cried when reading out the instructions on how to mow your lawn that I found on a well-known lawnmower website. Do you know how to find manuals for lawnmowers?
No.
Quite hard.
Really?
Yeah. I thought, what's one of the most boring things ever? A manual on how to mow your lawn, and I managed to find it on the very well-known lawnmower website. That was my day. And he actually cried.
How to mow your lawn. For the best results, mow outside the edge of the lawn first in a clockwise direction, and then start mowing the edge of the lawn nearest the power point. For best grass collection, mow in straight lines. Don't swing the mower from side to side, and just do not overload your mower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're crying?
Yeah.
You're actually crying?
Listen, let's do it. If we're going to do it, let's go all the way.
Incredible, man. The video of that is up now. Is it there now?
Any second now.
What, this second?
Maybe more like a minute and a half, if I'm being honest.
Okay, well, I want you to be honest. That was a lie, and that's not what we deal in on this show.
The Live Lounge.
Clara Amfo.
Most of the time people do look a little bit petrified and they just try their best to hold it down.
Yeah, that's nice.
So twirl and then 1, 2, 3.
Some people are just like, okay, giggle, 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 then yeah, click. We can't mess this up.
Can we have a real quick run through of this next one?
No matter how big they are, everybody just wants to know if it was okay.
I gotta make sure I do it right, though.
You've done it right every time.
Mama, listen, senorita, I feel for you.
It's really nice to actually see a lot of these people kind of have a dream realised.
Man.
Yeah, woo, that went well.
The Live Lounge.
It's iconic.
BBC Radio 1.
For all the time that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name. You think you broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness
by the way, Ali Plum is going to be reviewing the John Krasinski film that we were talking about, 13 Hours. That is just one of the ones he's doing in about 10 minutes? 15 minutes on Radio 1, at least. Right now, at 5:45, it's time for Newsbeat tonight with Anna Collinson.
This
is
BBC Radio 1.
coming up on tonight's Newsbeat.
A huge celebrity Twitter spat. Kanye's been at it again. This time with Wiz Khalifa. This is 1Xtra's Yasmin Evans. The rant lasted 4 hours. But I've been given 2 minutes to bring you all the details you need.
Newsbeat. With British women's number one, Johanna Konta, out of the Australian Open, the focus is now on Andy Murray. We'll be hearing from tennis fan Lizzie.
Murray's going to have to be on top form to win this. He's really got little room for error. I'm looking forward to seeing how this game pans out.
But let's start in Syria, where 2 million children are being forced to live as refugees in countries nearby. BBC.
Newsbeat.
They're traumatised, their homes have been bombed, and often they're all alone. Now those children are living in refugee camps. Prime Minister David Cameron is promising help for those who are running from the war in Syria, including bringing the most vulnerable to the UK. But he hasn't confirmed how many, and campaigners still say the UK should be doing more. Here's Newsbeat's Jimmy Tam.
Newsbeat visited a refugee camp in Lebanon's Bekaa just over a year ago, where there were thousands of refugees from neighbouring Syria. 18-year-old Walid was one of them.
I was living much better life in Syria than here. I used to go to school. I had a lot of friends. My life was much more better than this camp.
4.5 million people have now fled Syria because of the conflict. More than half of them are children. We also met Dunya there. She says she left because of the war and that there were bombings there every day. The British government has promised to take in 20,000 refugees from Syria in the next 5 years. Now it says it will bring some unaccompanied children to the UK, but only in exceptional cases and only from Syria and neighbouring countries. Here's Prime Minister David Cameron.
I've said we're prepared to take more orphans from the region, but I think it's right, our approach, to take refugees from the region, not encouraging people to make the difficult and potentially lethal journey to Europe.
Those already in Europe won't be brought here. Campaigners want the UK to do more and take 3,000 children who've arrived on the continent. Some of those who've made the journey are in this camp near Dunkirk in France.
It isn't good for life here.
It's dirty, muddy and cold, and there have been reports of gunfights.
It's not acceptable condition for human being. It's not enough water points, it's not enough toilets, showers.
Angelique Muller is from the charity Médecins Sans Frontières. The UK government has also pledged £10 million to help vulnerable child refugees in Europe.
You have still people everywhere and you have still people on the way. It's a step for sure, but it's not enough.
So who are the young refugees who need help? You're about to hear from Save the Children's Alan MacDonald, who works with them in Lebanon, next to Syria.
The children that I meet in the camps have been through so much. They're traumatised from what they've seen in Syria. Their homes have been bombed, their schools have been destroyed, they've lost family members, friends, killed in the war or killed in bombing. Despite everything that they've been through, always really amazed by just how enthusiastic they are and passionate for life. You know, they want to learn, they want a better life, they want to help rebuild Syria after the war ends. At the moment, it's really cold here because it's the winter, so up in the mountains and near the border with Syria especially, it's below freezing, it's wet, it's cold. The camps are quite miserable places at this time of year. People, especially children, get very sick. There's a lot of restrictions on what you can do moving outside the camp or getting jobs. Many families don't have an income, so they're very poor at the moment. Children have to drop out of school to go to work in farms or in shops to try and earn a little bit of money for the family. So the conditions for children there to grow up in are quite miserable, really.
Newsbeat. Right, some breaking news from Paris tonight. Newsbeat's Tamsin Kent's here.
Yeah, police there say a man's been arrested with 2 guns in a suitcase at the entrance to a hotel at Disneyland. He also had a box of ammunition and a copy of the Muslim holy book, the Quran. They're still looking for a woman who was with him. Now, the whole country is under a state of emergency after the attacks in Paris in November last year. Disneyland is one of Europe's most popular tourist destinations, but right now we don't know what this man's motive was.
Hey, thanks, Tamsin. Now, still to come on tonight's show, remember Kanye's interview with Radio 1 a few years back?
When someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
Well, he's been at it again, this time with a 4-hour rant against Wiz Khalifa. Before that, though, just a warning that our next story does have some upsetting detail, so it might not be suitable if you have young children with you. It'll last for about 3 minutes. For the first time, the serial killer who abducted, raped and murdered 13-year-old Millie Dowler in 2002 has confessed to doing it. Levi Belfield is currently serving a whole life sentence in prison, and officers hope he'll admit to more serious crimes he's suspected of. For this, James Waterhouse has gone back to the place where Millie first disappeared almost 14 years ago.
And it was here in her hometown of Walton-on-Thames in Surrey, where she was on her way home from school in March 2002. But she didn't make it, as an ex-nightclub doorman called Levi Belfield abducted and murdered Millie. Her remains were found 25 miles away in Hampshire.
A week to the day since Millie vanished while walking home from Walton.
He eventually got a life sentence after being found guilty. Belfield was already in jail for killing 22-year-old Amélie Delagrange and Marsha McDonnell, who was 19, and for the attempted murder of 18-year-old Kate Sheedy. Now it's emerged, as police investigated claims the 47-year-old had an accomplice in taking Millie. Belfield confessed to everything for the first time. A man since been released without charge. These family videos from 2000 and Millie playing the saxophone and ironing a pair of jeans and joking about were all over the news at the time.
Mum said she'd do it for me, but she didn't.
And the story was one of the main cases in the phone hacking scandal a few years later, after it came out that a newspaper had her voicemails hacked while she was missing. She picked up some food from this coffee shop after arriving at the station at 3:30. The guys inside served her in 2002 and told us they remembered she stood out from their usual crowd.
Got some roses there.
Jackie sold flowers in her shop here, and 14 years on, she still is.
It was a horrible time for everybody in the area. At that age, it was just horrible.
Do you think this makes any difference? But now he's said he's done it. Does that make any difference?
On a personal level, it probably makes some sort of difference to the family.
Millie Dowler was last seen at this bus stop at around 4:10 in the afternoon. Levi Belfield somehow got her 50 yards down this main road, through this little cut-through, through a little bit of land, to his flat here in this brown brick building in a quiet cul-de-sac. It's Chris's job to look after the gardens here. He was working here back in 2002.
It was all a bit of a shock, really.
Did you see the police sort of...
Yeah, all this area was all taped off, you know, police were everywhere.
The Dowlers have released a statement saying the confession is devastating for us all, which has already had to endure so much. It's thought Belfield could be behind other serious crimes too. Chris Sutton led the Met team who caught Belfield.
Perhaps he's seen really, perhaps he really wants to clear if that's the case, and if that's the case, I think we need to look forward to a lot more confessions.
Newsbeat. Right, before we talk about Andy Murray's chances in the Australian Open, let's have a look at these other stories. Our reporter Sinead Garvin's been keeping across what's happening, and she's got an update on the Zika outbreak.
Yes, this is the virus which has been hitting South America. It's spread by mosquitoes and is linked to babies being born with unusually small heads and brain defects. The World Health Organization is now warning up to 4 million people could be affected. Here's Dr. Margaret Chan, who's head of that group.
As of today, cases have been reported in 23 countries and territories in the region. The level of alarm is extremely high.
They're calling an emergency meeting on Monday to decide whether Zika should be treated as a global emergency. Now, back here, you might see yesterday, we were talking about the so-called Croydon cat killer.
Yeah, the charity Peter says more than 30 have been brutally killed in the South London borough in the last 2 years. They're offering £5,000 to help catch the person behind it.
And the campaign's getting a lot of support, including from James from the Vamps, who sent us this message from Hong Kong.
Hi Newsbeat. When I first heard about the Croydon cat killer, I was absolutely mortified. It's a horrible kind of abuse of an animal's innocence. Being a cat owner myself, I know how traumatic it must be for the cat's owners. It needs to stop soon, so I hope that we find the culprit.
And you know how hundreds of people have been making fake claims on the £33 million lottery jackpot? Well, it's too late if you were thinking of doing that.
I wasn't. But the national lottery operator Camelot has confirmed it's received a valid claim for the money. Ticket holders chosen to stay anonymous.
Thanks, Sinead. Right, let's head to the Australian Open. So this morning, tennis fan Lizzie got up pretty early.
So it's 4:20 in the morning. I've set my alarm to watch the semi-finals of the Australian Open. It's really dark outside still. I really want to go back to have my sleep.
It didn't work out for Britain's Johanna Konta or Lizzie, so now all the focus is on Andy Murray, who's back on court tomorrow morning. And Lizzie's been telling our sports reporter Deleth Lloyd what she thinks he needs to do to win.
Disappointment for Johanna and Lizzie, but two Brits are still stands. Gordon Reid in the wheelchair skills, and Andy is one match away from meeting his nemesis, Novak Djokovic, in the final.
Djokovic has been on incredible form this tournament, and he made quite a statement, I think, with this game against Federer. It was practically flawless.
The world number one was at the top of his game as he reached his 5th Grand Slam final in a row.
Match point on the centre, goes down the centre, the forehand goes inside in from Federer, who plays the backhand into there. The arms are aloft, and Novak Djokovic has done it.
His 4 sets win over Roger Federer means he's into his 19th Slam final, his 6th at the Aussie Open. He's won all 5 before, but says today it was the best he's ever played.
These first 2 sets have been really the best 2 sets I've played against him throughout my career. I've had some moments against him in sets where I've played on a high level, but this was different level than from before.
So what a prospect for Andy Murray should he get through to the final. The British number one takes on Milos Raonic in the last 4 tomorrow morning.
He was unfortunate last year with some injuries, had a few physical issues. I think he had the surgery on his foot, which he missed French and maybe Wimbledon as well. So, you know, he's obviously fit and healthy now and playing well.
So can Andy reach a 5th final in Melbourne, Lizzie?
I do think he's got what it takes. He always puts up a really good fight.
His semi-final starts at 8:30, much to Lizzie's relief.
I think Murray's going to have to be on top form to win this. He's really got little room for error. I'm looking forward to seeing how this game pans out, and also pleased that it's slightly later than 4:30 in the morning.
Newsbeat.
There's been Nicki Minaj versus Taylor Swift. Then there was that time One Direction's Louis Tomlinson had a run-in with Naughty Boy. But the latest major celebrity Twitter spat is between Kanye West and Wiz Khalifa. Their argument lasted 4 hours, but we've set One Extra's Yasmin Evans the challenge of explaining the whole thing in 2 minutes. Ready, Yas? Go.
Okay, so as we know, Kanye West has changed the name of his album from Swish to Waves. The word waves is hardly new, but it's also the catchphrase of rapper Max B, who's currently in jail. So, Wiz Khalifa tweeted,
Max B is the wavy one, created the wave. There's no wave without him.
But things really heated up when Wiz used the initials KK in a tweet.
Hit this KK and become yourself.
I get respect for his Wiz, and I'll admit I fell in love with Kim.
Kanye thought he was referring to his wife, Kim Kardashian, and unsurprisingly wasn't too happy. Kanye went on a Twitter rampage.
Take this, haters. That don't kill me.
Saying things like,
no one I know has ever listened to one of your albums all the way through.
He accused Wiz of stealing tracks, making corny music, and talked a lot about stripper turned model Amber Rose, who happens to be the mother of Wiz's child and Kanye's ex.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't with no broke.
Hey, Yaz, Anna here. Two things. Wiz did later point out that KK is a type of marijuana. Oh, and you've only got 30 seconds left.
Okay. Things then all got a bit weird. Kanye complimented Wiz on his dress sense, particularly his cool trousers, and then claimed Wiz had lost 2 million followers during their feud. And then Amber Rose got involved, bringing her and Kanye's sex life into it, but we'll keep it clean and not go there. After hours of back and forth, Kanye professed his love for the world, including Wiz. Deleted the tweets, wished everyone a good day. Phew. Okay.
Nicely done, Yasmin. And just before we go, Foals say they're buzzing about being one of the headlines this year's Reading and Leeds Festival, along with Disclosure. Why not have a read about it at Newsbeat Online on the app? Have a good night.
BBC Newsbeat.
The 10-minute takeover.
BBC Radio 1.
Thank you, Anna, and I'm pleased with you, Alan, like last time. 6 o'clock on Radio 1. This is Greg James. Let's get on with tonight's 10-minute... What a champ I am. Let's get on with tonight's 10-minute takeover.
The 10-minute takeover.
BBC Radio
30 seconds to send me your favourite song. Let's do it. 81199 on text, at BBCR1 on Twitter or on Facebook. 3 ways to get your song onto the show. Pick one and let's sort it. 81199 is text. At BBC1 on Twitter and Facebook. On the Radio 1 Facebook page, we put a post, comment your request. We have set the bar incredibly high the last couple of days. Ian, I'm panicking.
I'm nervous. Nervous.
I'm worried that today's not going to be as good. I know that's a negative attitude.
No, flip it. It's going to be good.
The 10-minute takeover.
BBC Radio
1.
Okay, the first choice is Aqua Girl by Aqua. No, it's not. Joking. Oh no, I'm joking. This is joking. Ashes by Embrace. First one. For Leon in Bradford. Classic. Sort of classic FIFA song, innit? In the old days.
There you go.
Well, there you go. That was like, you were like Rachel Riley from Countdown then, where she says, she put a letter up and goes, there you go.
There you go.
First choice on tonight's 10-minute takeover. This.
The 10-minute takeover.
With
Greg James.
on BBC Radio 1.
Lost on the right way, it's all the same. 'Cause I've had my hopes raised right in the wrong ways. Scared when you felt safe to start again. Now watch me rise up and leave all the ashes you made out of me. When you thought we were wrong, life goes on. Just look at how long I've been.
Embrace and Ashes.
Takeover.
BBC Radio
1.
Thanks, Leon. First choice, it went to him. Next up, for Neve on Twitter, TLC. No. 6. That is Sigala with Sweet Lovin'.
This is
BBC Radio
1.
Oh, Mr. Plum. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ali Plum is the brand new film reviewer for Radio 1, and we are ahead of us. We have a lot to discuss. And first of all, I want to talk about John Krasinski, because I know you chatted to him as well. One of the world's nicest gentlemen.
Yes. One of my questions was, will you be my friend?
And how did it go down?
No answer yet. He just did that thing where he went, nice day today, isn't it?
And looked at his publicist through the live lounge.
Basically.
You can see a video of John Krasinski being put to, or his acting being put to the test, really, by reading out boring stuff such as engineering works on the National Rail, also how to mow your grass correctly, and also some Pitbull lyrics. You can see that on the Radio 1 YouTube channel right now, and he cries genuine tears when we play some sad music over it.
I mean, he's an actor.
But a great one. So we'll review his film, 13 Hours, very shortly. What else is going on this week, Ali?
Well, I guess the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is what I'm calling Dirty G. In reality, is actually called Dirty Grandpa.
Okay, this is De Niro.
Well, yes, this is a out, full-on, stupid, silly, purposefully, very, very offensive film. I think it's essentially a cavalcade of sex jokes and toilet humour, and stars two-time Oscar winner Robert De Niro.
Heralded as, you know, one of the greatest actors of all time, though, this guy.
There is no denying it. But one of the last films I watched him in was called Grudge Match. And in Grudge Match, there is a comic beat where, as a boxer, trying to become a boxer, he, as a 6-year-old man, farts in his trainer's face. And I went, there's something going on here. And this is the result. Dirty Grandpa, the most purposefully childish film there's ever been. It is like a fire hose of filth is going off. It's utterly, ridiculously offensive. And it's so difficult to talk about on air because everything that happens in it is so radio unfriendly. But to give you a taste of what we're talking about, here is a meek example. Zac Efron, totally naked, bar a thong in the shape of a hornet, wakes up on the beach having to do a video conference call to his family.
Right.
That's a tame bit. Then there's another bit where De Niro does a flex-off with Zac Efron and holds him up on one hand of a group of crowded people. It's utterly nuts. Utterly nuts.
Literally.
But, well said. It features Robert De Niro rapping some of the most questionable lyrics you'll ever hear. But here's the thing. This movie knows what it is. It wants to be Borat, it wants to be Superbad, it wants to be Hot Tub Time Machine, Eurotrip, all that kind of gross, silly, stupid stuff. And it succeeds. It is thoroughly dumb, and it's not ashamed of it.
But why is Robert De Niro rapping? Does he need money?
I think somebody read it in a book that comedy was old people rapping.
Okay.
And Robert De Niro is an old man now.
Yeah.
Equals comedy.
I wonder how much money he got paid for this film.
I don't know whether he got paid that much.
Whatever it is, not enough.
Not enough.
Whatever it is.
The man owns half of New York. He's got 2 Oscars, all the respect of his peers.
Yeah.
So why not be a total idiot?
Right, okay, so what we saying? What are we saying out of 5 here?
Well, you're going to think I'm a fool, but I am going to stick my neck out because, as you may have guessed, every critic in the land has gone, this is appalling. But there's something to it. I promise you, if I forced you to sit down and watch this film, you would laugh.
Okay, I because I do genuinely love Robert De Niro.
And you love old men rapping?
Well, I don't know.
That's not what you...
Old men rapping, fine. Robert De Niro rapping, not sure. It's what that.
Look, this film gives it to you, both barrels, and I have to say I did enjoy it.
Okay.
It's 3 plums... or stars, let's say stars. 3 stars out of 5.
Okay, for Dirty Grandpa. Right, we're going to play Alicia Cara and we'll come back and review 13 Hours and Spotlight.
I'm sorry if I seem uninterested or I'm not listening or I'm indifferent. I ain't got no business here, but since my friends are here, I just came to kick it. But really, I would rather be at home all by myself, not in people who don't even care about my well-being. I don't dance, don't ask, I don't need a boyfriend. So you can go back, please enjoy your party. I'll be here.
with this. An antisocial pessimist, but usually I don't mess with this. And I know you mean only the best. And your intentions aren't to bother me, but honestly, I'd rather be somewhere with my people. We can kick it and just listen to some music with the message like we usually do. And we'll discuss how we think, how we plan to take over the planet. So pardon my manners, I hope you'll understand that I'll be here. Not there in the kitchen with the girl who's always got up and about her friends. Will tell me I'll be here. Right to the boy who's struggles, he can take what's in his cup no more. Oh God, why am I here? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. I ask myself, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, oh yeah. And you can't wait till we can break apart the years later, congregating next to the refrigerator. Some girl talking about a hater, she ain't got none. How did it ever come to this? I should've never come to this. So holla at me, I'll be in the car when you're done. I'm standoffish, don't want your offering, and I'm done. Awfully sad it had to be that way. So tell my people when they're ready that I'm ready, and I'm standing by the TV with my beanie low. Yo, I'll be oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. I ask myself, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I can't wait till we can break apart the year.
Alicia Cara, that is here.
This is
BBC Radio 1.
Thursdays are the home of film reviews on this show with Ali Plum. Ali, let's get back to the films today. Spotlight is the next one.
Yes, this is the Oscar-nominated masterpiece from Tom McCarthy, who, if you didn't know this already, is the writer of Pixar's Up.
Oh, I didn't know.
There you go. There you go. Well, Oscar nominated for Best Picture, obviously, for this movie, and Best Director for this stunning bit of drama. It is a all-star cast. You've got Mark Ruffalo, you've got Michael Keaton, you've got Rachel McAdams, you've got John Slattery, you've got Tucci. And it's the story of an amazing group of journalists from the early noughties who worked for the Boston Globe, and they investigated these scandals that were going on in the Catholic Church at that time in Boston. And it's a stunning bit of filmmaking. It's beautifully shot. It's very well paced, and it's going to be honestly one of the best films you may or may not see this year. And the Oscars are going to eat it up. It's a real great film, truly. It's very little I can say that isn't nice about this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 stars?
How did you know?
Wow. Anyway.
Greg!
I took the glory away from you there.
That was magic. That was really very good.
So we're saying that's a 5-star film?
Yeah, honestly, 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. So sometimes I just have to say to you, the film's good. It's a really good drama, and you just can't deny it's a very well made movie.
5 stars for Spotlight. We've had 3 stars for Dirty Grandpa. Let's get to the John Krasinski film, 13 Hours.
What did I make of this movie? Well, it's by Michael Bay, and if you know Michael Bay, you know that he did The Rock, which is a fantastic movie. He did Bad Boys 1 and 2, which are pretty good, and he also did the Transformers franchise. That what you will. This is Michael Bay, so you get a lot of action and a lot of explosions.
Also, did he do Ride Along? No. Who's that? Who are this?
That was Tim Story, I think.
The Ride Along 2? No?
Same guy.
Oh, okay, sorry. Ignore, genuinely I'm just going to wheel myself to the back of the studio. Goodbye.
He loves a good action scene, and he delivers them plenty in this film. It is the story of 6 ex-military contractors who are tasked with the impossible, protecting a secret CIA base in Libya, in Benghazi, and there's just no one to help them, and they've just got to survive waves and waves and waves of insurgents, and it's thrilling. Really, really very good. It's got a great cast as well as Krasinski. You've got James Badgedale, Toby Stephens, Pablo Schreiber. There's loads of great people in here, but bizarrely, one of these secret soldiers of Benghazi is David Denman, who, as many American Office fans might know, plays Jim's love rival in the US Office.
Okay, I'm going to wheel myself back now because I can talk about The Office till the cows come home. Yes, that's amazing.
So, love rivals for Pam's affections are now beardy gunmen in the desert surviving waves of insurgents. It's a really weird world, Hollywood, and this is what's happened. Delivers the action. There's some really quite nice comrade in arms kind of banter going on as well. But the trouble is, and there is some trouble here, it's a bit too America, yeah, let's do it. And it's just a bit much. And Michael Bay has never been a man to shy away from a bit much. And this is definitely a bit much. Yeah, got a bit of a lumpy structure. And frankly, there are so many beards and guns and dirt going on that it's difficult to tell who's who. I don't mind saying that. Some people are going to laugh at me, but honestly, I was like, oh man, I can't believe that happened to that guy. Oh no, it was the other beardy guy. Sorry, as you were. It's fine. Also, side note, there's a bit where you see these comrades playing Xbox. And this is in 2002, and they're playing an Xbox One. Didn't come out in 2012, didn't come out in 2002. You're not gonna see what's going on here.
That is a wonderful nerd alert.
I was just, honestly, it took me out of the movie. Just took me out of the movie. I'm trying to believe next film when you're playing an Xbox One in 2012.
There's no going back from stuff like that, is there?
It's just ridiculous.
Well, I'd love here on the movie poster or on the side of a bus. It's where it says Ali Plum from Radio 1. It's just a bit much, this film.
It truly is, and I would be proud to be on that poster with that quote. So, 3 stars out of an available 5 stars for 13 hours.
So maybe worth a watch.
Yeah.
If you like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And John Krasinski's very good in it, of course.
Great beard.
Don't forget about the stars, the sky, lucid as the air that blows and light that shine. Just a way to figure out her when the night is wrong. Take a wander outside through the rain and snow. Just a way to figure out her. Don't delete my baby. Don't defeat her still. In the quiet of nothing, to the hands of grace. Don't delete my baby. I'll find course now. You know that I belong to be. Reflections of myself. Let it all out. Just let it all out to find the feeling. Don't take it to the one in mind. Always know it needs her to belong to find. Just a way to figure out her. Don't defeat my baby. Don't delete her still. In the quiet of nothing, to the hands of grace. Don't delete my baby. Don't defeat her now. Don't defeat my baby. Won't you always find? Gonna shine a diamond like you never did. Gonna show you something I can't be taught. Don't delete my baby. I'll find the chorus now. You know that I belong to be. Reflections on myself.
a chance like us. 16, and you never even judged me. Matter of fact, always thought you were too cool for me. Sitting there in the caravan, all the nights we've been drunk on the floor. But yeah, you understand, yeah, like no one can. We both know what they say about us, but they don't stand a chance because when I'm with you, when I'm with you, I'm standing with an army. I'm standing with an army. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, I'm standing with an army. Standing with an army. Dark times, you can always find the bright side. I'm amazed by the things that you would sacrifice just to be there for me. How you cringe when you sing out of tune, but yeah, it's everything. So don't change a thing. We both know what they say about us, but they don't stand a chance because when I'm with you, when I'm with you, I'm standing with an army. I'm standing with an army. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, I'm standing with an army. Standing with an army.
James. 1.
This is
BBC.
BBC Radio 1.
1.
Remember when you had me wrapped around your fingers, trying to act all normal every time you'd see her. But I grew eyes to your lies, now you've lost control, trying to find another boost for your ego. You can't help but feel me slipping through your fingers. You've been searching, calling my name, left me in the dark, now you're trying to explain. You've realized you're wrong, that can makes it alright. Good luck trying to find me, 'cause I'm out of sight. Where am I gone?
So good. Maccabees and Kamakura. That gig last week was insane. By the way, 3 sold-out nights at Brixton Academy. People love this band. And that album is a very good one as well. Kamakura by the Maccabees. Annie Mac is next on Radio 1. Have a great evening. We'll finish with Troye Sivan and we'll chat tomorrow.
What if we run away? What if we left today? What if we said goodbye to safe and sound? What if we're hard to find? What if we lost our minds? What if we let them fall behind and they're never found? And when the lights start flashing like a photo booth and the stars exploding, we'll be fireproof. My youth is yours, tripping on skies, sipping waterfalls. My youth is yours, run away now and forever. My youth is yours, a truth so loud you can't ignore. My youth is yours, my youth is yours. What if we start to drive? What if we close our eyes? Speeding through red lights into paradise. Cause we know time for getting old. What a body, timeless souls. Cross your fingers, here we go. And when the lights start flashing like a photo booth and the stars exploding, we'll be fireproof. My youth is yours, tripping on skies, sipping waterfalls. My youth is yours, run away now and forever. My youth is yours, a truth so loud you can't ignore. My youth, my youth, my youth is yours. My youth is yours. My youth is yours, tripping on skies, sipping waterfalls. My youth is yours, run away now and forever. My youth is